Hey everyone, I'm Safa1. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a different setup. I actually got a new desk. It's got like different levels to it, which really helps because I wasn't able to fit all my gear onto my desk. Anyways, I have the Roland SP404 MK2 Novation Circuit Rhythm Roland P6, and today what I want to do is just show you a few methods I have, mainly two methods that I have when I want to play a live set or like a beat tape kind of thing. I'm going to just quickly talk about my routing. I don't have anything synced via MIDI, so everything is just kind of like running into each other. But in this specific case, I have the Roland P6 running into the SP404 MK2. Then I have the SP404 MK2 running into the circuit rhythm. Basically, my end master, I guess, is the circuit rhythm. And the reason I did that was because I kind of just like having this master filter, and I could just like filter in and out, and then also I'll show you what else I can do with it. So for this use case, what I did was I have this projects here. I have 3 beats here and 3 beats here. And then on the P6, I just have this like, that's my voice that I recorded, and then I'm going through like, I'm not even doing anything. It's just got like delay and a loop and gate feature, so nothing really happening with the P6. I can, however, use it like, let's say like more drums and or just like full on beats. So yeah, let me just show you real quick what I would do in a live setting. So let's say I have this beat going right here. Just gonna turn it down a little bit. So the beat is playing. I cut out the drums, and you gotta time this properly because we're not MIDI synced. So also the tempo was off. So okay, it's a good thing that I stopped it, and it's a good thing that it was off, because in this use case you have to make sure that you press play on beats, and it has to be the same tempo, kind of like a DJ set. Let me just stop this for a second and I'll explain why I'm doing it this way. The reason why I'm doing it this way instead is because I find it very cumbersome and very not easy to sync up these devices together, I find in particular. If anyone knows of a really good method, I know that there's some cables and stuff going into the SP404 with like a line-in kind of cable, or a 3.5 millimeter jack, I mean, but and that to a MIDI like DIN cable, but I just found it like not the very best workflow. So I'd rather just do it this way, where I just play the beat at the same time. And I know that that's very tricky, but I guess that's the point, is like you gotta take a little bit of a risk in this scenario. But I would just go like, now drums and bass are being played via the circuit rhythm. So I'll show you real quick what I have. Now I took away some of the elements. Now if I bring back this, actually the trick that I found is if you have one going, you can press play and match up the other one, kind of like a DJ set essentially. And if you have it synced up, you don't have to really worry about resyncing them up. So I can just bring out elements of one, add elements from the other. So I just took away via the isolator, and not even pattern mutes, just the isolator itself. And let's say I put like a filter. So now I just have the circuit rhythm playing via another beat, But if I wanted to switch it, I can easily do that. But you have to be aware that the master filter, since I have all my stuff going through to the circuit rhythm, this is kind of like my master effects at this point. So if I bring in some effects, I like the effects on the SP404 Mark II, don't get me wrong. I think that it's a cool effects box, and overall it's a dope machine. And the reason I don't have it going directly into it is because I feel like I have more control when it's with the circuit rhythm, because it's just so direct and so easy, and I don't have to think twice. And if you're in a club setting, where I've played in many like clubs and bars and with gear, and you just don't want to have to think too much about what you're doing, so you just like a quick filter would make your life so much easier. Not saying that the SP404 can't do that, it definitely 100% can, it's dope, but I just like the ease of use of on the circuit rhythm personally. So this use case is just my method, but you can mix and match with gear. So let's switch, for example, to another. So I switched to another sample. This is still going down. And now I'm going to switch to a different beat thing. Another thing that I find is, if you're going to do this, sorry if it's distorting a little bit, but what I find is, if you're going to use this method, there's two ways to do it. You can either make complete beats on each individual device and then mix and match, like taking away the sample or the melodic loop or the drums and the bass, and then mixing it with another one. But another way you can do it is you can have things dedicated to just like a live band situation kind of thing. Basically what you can do, I haven't really done this yet, but I plan to do this and do a set with it, is where I'll have just the circuit rhythm do like drums and bass lines, for example, percussion, drums, bass lines, and then I'll have the Roland the 404 Mark II just do samples and melodic element loops. And then what I'll have the P6 do is like more granular stuff, because I like the granular stuff that it can do. For example, like here, it's low in volume, I know, but so those use cases I find are very handy in live situations. But also you have to keep in mind that the key that you're working in, so sounds don't start clashing with each other. So like, just be aware, if you have something in a certain key on this device and then a different key on this device, they might not match up or sound, it might just be off key and it just might sound weird while you're playing live. So that's like one thing that you have to kind of be critical about, and like it's really up to you. But if you want to make something kind of cohesive and sound really nice, then it's good to be aware of, okay, is this gonna make sense within the key that it is in, or is it just gonna be like jumbled and weird? So yeah, those use cases definitely are up to you and how you want to go about doing that. But I find that this method, I know it's kind of like a weird method to use, but it works, I think. So see, like this kind of doesn't make any sense right now. because the melodic elements they're off key. The bass line doesn't sound that bad, but it's kind of off. Anyways, I'm just gonna call it yeah, cool machine. All right, thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.